Hey, hi Parth. How are you feeling about the game? How are you feeling about the game?
नो वर्ड्स मैन. पूरी गेम में मैं दिल धक
Your
धक हो रहा था.
reaction, your reaction when you joined the live, it said it all. I mean, what a spectacular match. First super over of the season, and that also went till the last ball. That super over
So
also, went
so many
went till the last
so
ball.
many ups and downs.
Yes, definitely. So many ups and downs. We'll just wait for Pradeep to join in, but just tell us the thinking process of Rishabh Pant. Giving Aksar Patel the super over. Avesh Khan was bowling really well. He picked up 3 wickets. You didn't go for Avesh Khan. You have an experienced bowler like Amit Mishra in your side, and you still go for a player who is playing his first game. Aksar Patel is playing his first match of the season, and he gives him the super over. Just tell us about the thinking process of Rishabh Pant, and what were your thoughts when Aksar Patel was given the super over? What were you thinking?
I mean,
Hi.
I had a
Before you start,
okay.
I'm sorry, Parth. Before you start, we have Pradeep, who is just devastated, if I may say. Your reaction says it all, Pradeep. Heartbreaking loss.
Bro, absolute circus today. Like, I have no idea what was the thinking in the camp. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, like, Besto had that look on his face, like, he had no idea what was going on. It was almost as though they just went on
Yes.
to bat without even asking him. Like, he's just there standing and looking at them, like, bro, what's going on? And, bro, I mean, the second I saw Warner get in, I was like, I kind of lost hope because I thought it should be Besto. I thought it was a no-brainer, and I don't know, bro. I have no idea, absolutely, because I think it's really harsh on Williamson to not finish this game for him. It was sheer stupidity, sheer stupidity. I have no idea what the thinking was,
Uh,
but
honestly,
Yeah,
honestly, for me also,
I was so tense. Like
yeah.
when Williamson played that scoop shot in the last over, I was like, how will I face the cameraman? We lost the match. We lost the match.
In the end, fortune favors the brave, and Delhi Capitals have won the game. But Pradeep, I completely agree with you. For me, also, it was a no-brainer that Bairstow, should have been playing the super over. 18 balls, 38 is no joke. And Warner didn't perform good in the game, and I don't know honestly what he was thinking. He should have definitely sent Bairstow in for the Super Over. I think at least the score would have at least been around 14, 15. We never know. But in the end, hard luck to SRH. They gave
I,
it.
I
Williamson
don't think
gave
it's
his.
anything to do with luck, buddy. I genuinely don't believe it's anything to do with luck. It's sheer stupidity. I mean, I understand it's a game of fine margins and here and there that one run and like one. I just I don't know. Like every
I,
conceivable
I
way,
I can totally I can
I don't
totally get your
understand what went
frustration.
on there. Yeah,
Come on, bro,
I
don't
can
cry.
totally get your I can totally get your frustration there, Pradeep. But yeah, it was a real tactical error made by David Warner to not send Bairstow in. And can we say that Williamson is, if not the unluckiest, then one of the most unluckiest cricketers? We saw in what happened in the World Cup. After we discussed in the pre-match, he won the orange cap and led SRH to the finals. And the next thing we see, he's benched in the opening few matches of the next season. So can we say that Williamson is one of the most unluckiest, but one of the most
definitely.
talented
I think
cricketers?
his if you followed his career trajectory itself, it has always been so close at so far. Just like ABD Villiers, if you can, I mean, it's not a RCB banter, but yeah, you look at his South African career and also like he has done an immense carry job, and Williamson also has a very similar profile, but today is just unforgivable, man. Like it's a very hard pill to take for every SRH fan. I don't know. I'm out of words. I'm actually out of words.
I can totally empathize with you on that. But before you joined in, I was talking to Parth about his thoughts on, when Akshar Patel was handed over the ball, playing his first match of the season. And also, by the way, congratulations to you, Parth. DC is now at number 2 in the points table behind Chennai Super Kings. And when DC have gone one place up, SRH are sitting. DC is second from the top, but SRH is second from the bottom. So that is also another sad news for Pradeep. But Parth, what were your thoughts when the guy who is playing his first match of the season was handed such a big responsibility of bowling a super over?
I think it was not about this first match. I mean, he has a lot of experience behind him, and he has bowled in pressure situations before. So I think when Suchit came into bat, I think from that point we started losing the game. And Avesh Khan, I mean, he has bowled brilliant in the past, but he started bowling on towards the leg side short balls. So I think Rishabh Pant might have lost faith in him and given the ball to Akshay Patel. I mean, he bowls at a quick pace, and no one can guess whether the ball will turn or will it go straight into the stumps. So I think that was the right decision.
Yes, he just won 4, just conceded 1-4, and that too, that 4 was from an informed batsman. Williamson had played more than 50 balls already, so he had adapted to the pitch, and we did expect Williamson to score shots, and it was expected of Williamson to hit at least one boundary, and he did that. But hats off to Akshar Patel for bowling that very fine super over. But you mentioned about Suchit, Pradeep. Pradeep, what was going in your head when Suchit hit that 6? First of all, before going to that, what was going in your mind when Williamson took that single?
Okay, yeah. So first thing with the Williamson single, I was like, I mean, I was all over the place because I don't because I think Suchit actually pushed for the single. He was already there, and Williamson was in 2 minds whether to run or not, and eventually he did run. So right after that, I didn't know. Like I thought, okay, Suchit is like right away his mindset should be okay, fine. He's going to get a good, quick single at least, because even the previous ball he was connecting well. So I thought, okay, single should be fine, provided Rabada doesn't come and hit a Yorker or something like an unplayable ball. And out of nowhere he just pulls off a banger. Like it just goes like what? I think 90 meters, 80, 90 meters. And then I was like, okay, fine. This game is done and dusted with that 6. I thought it's done. I don't know. Like honestly,
I even thought it was that. I also thought it was
exactly.
Exactly. I really thought that SRH can pull this over, pull this off. But I mean, Rabada is class, and he has that experience. Even though he leaked a few runs, but in the end his experience did pay off. But Pradeep, again, tell me how impactful was Jagdisha Suchit? Even in the bowling, 4 overs, none for 21 or 22, something like that. And batting also. Avesh Khan, an informed bowler, his last 3 deliveries were 4-0-4. Like he hit 2 boundaries of the last 3 deliveries, and leased out a little bit pressure of Kane Williamson that okay, last over में at least 20 के ऊपर target chase नहीं करना है. It came down to 16 of 6. So how impactful was Jagdisha Suchit's small cameo both in bowling and in batting?
I think it's much more than a small cameo, because you see that you see the scorecard right after the top 3. Everyone, I think they didn't do justice at all for their involvement in the team. They were just like falling like pins, like one after the other. And at least players like Kedar Jadhav, I mean, I know he's had a bad season last season, and he's coming after a terrible season where things just didn't go his way. But he's an experienced chap, right? And he's used to the. I mean, he has played in Sepok before, so I thought, okay, he's going to stay with Williamson for a while, take it to the last over. Like I mean, it was very surprising. Neither him or Vijay Shankar and even Rashid Khan. I mean, it was very erratic to do that the very first delivery.
You jinxed it.
I agree.
You told in the pre-match show as well, I hope I don't jinx Rashid Khan today. And
I know. I even crossed my fingers.
But
I know.
speaking of Rashid Khan, let's move to Parth. Let's move to Parth over here. Talk to us about DC's amazing gameplay towards Rashid Khan. We spoke in the pre-match show that 15-20 runs of his bowling is would be nothing less than a blessing. If you don't lose wicket. Of course, one wicket did go off. I guess it was Shikhar Dhawan who was Rashid Khan's victim. But apart from that, a player like Rashid Khan went for 31 runs. And not 31 runs is, normal, like bowlers jate utna, but you see Rashid Khan's performance in the IPL so far, and especially in this particular season, and I would say that he was costly. The way he's bowling, the form he is in. So talk to us about DC's game plan against Rashid Khan.
Yeah, I think the DC batsmen look to attack the Rashid Khan from ball one to make him under pressure. And yeah, like you said, I was hoping 15-20 runs would be enough for me with Rashid Khan, but I think we gained more 15 runs, and that's where I think the difference is of the match. I think those 15 runs are uh, the reason why DC won the game today.
Definitely. And speaking of runs, in the last 4 overs, Delhi Capitals again, just scored around 32 or 33 runs, and they had wickets in hand. And after the start that Prithvi Shaw got, we were discussing the same thing again in the pre-match. The Shaw is getting starts. Happy for him that finally he converted a good start to a 50. He was amazing today. But the start that Shaw got, do you think that SRH DC were slightly 10 or 15 runs short, even though yes, you have won the game, but still, do you feel that after the start that DC got, the start that Shaw gave, and with 4 overs remaining and wickets in hand, DC were 10 to 15 runs short?
So you need just one innings to close the mouths of the criticizers, and that's what Rishabh Pant showed them today. And yeah, I mean, I think the strategy from the starting would be like the new ball is a far more better thing than the old ball to hit the few boundaries, and I think that's what Prithvi Shaw tried to do. I mean, the new ball was coming quite nicely onto the bat, and Shikhar Dhawan played also intelligently, giving the strike and rotating the strike, giving it to Prithvi Shaw, whose role was to hit big sixes and fours. So I think that was a good strategy. And you talked about 32 runs in the last 4 overs. I think it was okay for me because as the ball got old, I mean it apparently helped the bowlers and spinners to bounce back, and that's about what we talked in the pre-show. Like the ball would favor the bowlers in the later phase of the game. So I think the Prithvi Shaw capitalized the opportunity in the first 6 overs when the ball was new.
Definitely, and you told that bowlers coming into the action, the latest stage of the game. What are your thoughts on Amit Mishra as the death bowler? Rishabh Pant gave Amit Mishra an over. A third last over was given to Amit Mishra. When the likes of Rabada had 2 overs remaining, Avesh Khan had 2 overs remaining. I had thought that the 18th over would go to Rabada, 19th to Avesh, and then 20th against Rabada would bowl. But the 18th over was given to Amit Mishra. Your thoughts on that part?
I think the reasons can be Amit Mishra is a leg spinner, and we have seen the evolution of leg spinners in the previous season of the IPL. I mean, every team has one leg spinner in their team, and the second reason might be they're looking at Amit Mishra's form from the last match, and I mean how superbly he bowled, and plus the kind of role the wicket was playing, which was helping the spinners. I think it was the right move from Rishabh Pant. I mean, he bowled with an economy of 10 or with economy of 7, which is decent in a T20 game. So I think it was the right decision.
I like your optimism, and you have this amazing sense of backing your players every single time I throw a question at you. But
I, I just
backing
I
players.
just I just try to think with the perspective of Rishabh Pant. Like what
That's
would
what a
he
true
would be
analyst.
thinking? Yeah.
That's a true DC fan. That's a true DC fan analyst over there. But let's move to Sunrise Hyderabad over here. And I asked the same question in the pre-match show as well, and I'm going to ask this question to you once again. Did SRH miss Manish Pandey?
See, again, I genuinely don't think this was a game that actually called out for somebody like Manish Pandey because, I mean, I can't really speak. Because we've seen what Manish Pandey can do. He's been there. He's had those chances. Again, you can argue maybe if Manish Pandey was there alongside Williamson, instead of say Virat Singh, and maybe those two could have
Virat Singh disappointed. 14 runs,
definitely,
14 balls,
definitely,
and just
and
4
and I
runs.
don't think at any
So
point he was looking comfortable at all. I don't think. I mean, it's not at any point I felt like okay he will still recover and he'll get the runs. He never looked comfortable at all.
and just looking at those ifs and buts, for 10 dot balls for Virat Singh, एक में भी अगर सिंगल ले लिया होता, then SRH would have been on top.
अब तो कुछ भी सोच लो, ये हो जाता वो हो जाता.
Exactly.
That's what
Exactly.
I told. No, just
Now looking back
ifs
at
and
it,
buts.
if Warner had just completed that one run, maybe it was another super over. So yeah, like too many ifs and buts right
definitely.
now.
If Warner had completed and he didn't get run out, maybe. And again, speaking of Warner's one run, if that last ball wouldn't have been one shot, we would have had another super over. Because then scores would have been leveled.
I can tell you one more.
Never.
The
Yeah,
catch
go on.
the catch that Hetmeyer dropped, it would have been a 6 as well, but it was a 4.
You see, there are lots of ifs and buts. See, I told that these are
That's
just
why
ifs and
even
buts.
from SRS,
But,
I think the fielding was very sloppy, right? Sorry, Parth, go on.
yes, SRH fielding was little bit sloppy, but when we were talking about Virat Singh, 14 balls, 4 runs, we do realize the importance of dot balls in a T20 game. How crucial is every single dot ball, and today we saw that 10 dot balls. By way, of course, one of those he got out, but those dot balls did prove very very costly to SRH. He won. It was just a matter of one single run in the end. But let's talk to you about now Bhuvneshwar Kumar. Did SRH miss Bhuvneshwar Kumar to the services of Bhuvneshwar Kumar?
Definitely, 100%. So I think that's out of the question because honestly, looking at it at the beginning, I thought 160 was always going to be a very, very difficult total to chase. Because we've seen at Chepauk, even 130, 140 was very, very difficult to chase. So, yeah, right then I thought, okay, had there been a Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, we could have broken the opening partnership much, much earlier. And maybe it wasn't going to be 10 overs, 80 or, it wasn't going to be 80 plus. So had that start been cut out, I definitely feel, like 20, 30 runs could have been cut out. So definitely, Bhuvaneshwar Kumar's presence is huge in the SRH side. So yeah, it was a big miss.
Yeah, and the kind of experience Bhuvaneshwar has is, just so immense that even I think that, if Bhuvaneshwar was fit and if he would have been playing, SRH, would have restricted Delhi to at least, if not to a lower score, then at least 150. At max, he would have, at least restricted to 150, and then we would have seen SRH crossing the line. And I don't know. I just keep on saying about SRH winning, and Parth over there, he keeps on saying that DC के बारे में भी कुछ बोल लो, DC के बारे में भी कुछ बोलो. But tell us about Parth. Simon Dool mentioned that I don't see Delhi Capitals winning the league with the mindset that Steve Smith is playing. He definitely got lucky. His catch was dropped, then he got a lucky top edge. So what improvements? Of course, his score. When you see the scorecard, it's good. 33 or 34 odd runs off 25 balls. It's good, but you see the way he played. Do you think that Steve Smith needs to up his game? Needs to a little bit improve his T20 game?
Yes, Shivan Smith was struggling from ball one. I mean, he was not getting that connect with the ball. and that's why we have seen a lot of his shots coming from edges or leg bytes and all that stuff. I think Ajinkya Rahane would have played better than Steven Smith because he knows the Indian conditions. He knows that chip of wicket better than Steven Smith, and but at the end we got runs from him. We got 30 plus runs from him, and that's very handy. But if you look at the bigger picture, I think Ajinkya Rahane would have played a better role in place of Steven Smith.
Yes, definitely. You know, Ajinkya Rahane is a very calm player, you know, and he calculates his shot really well. But you know, again, talking about your team, when can we see the South African duo back? You know, when can we have Arnik Nokia back? You know, Rabada and Nokia's partnership. When will our eyes be blessed to see the deadly duo back?
I don't see him coming in the upcoming two matches because if he comes, he would take the place of Avesh Khan. I mean, and I don't think he should be replaced. The kind of bowling he's doing, I mean, he's at the second spot in the purple cap race, and he has the ability to take crucial wickets at crucial stages. Like in the first game, he took the wicket of Faf du Plessis in his first over, and then the wicket of MS Dhoni in the second in the later stage of the game. And in the next game, he took the wicket of David Miller, who was taking the game away from DC. And like we have seen today as well, I mean, he took the important wicket of Bairstow, who was looking very dangerous. And like talking today's game in the death overs, he took the wicket of Shankar, I mean, who brought us back into the game. So I don't think he should be replaced, at least for the next two games, because we have the next two games at Ahmedabad. I mean, it's a like pitch as the Chepauk. So I don't think Nortje will be playing in the couple of upcoming games.
And you know, Avesh Khan has been so impressive, you know, in this particular IPL. You know, you have players like Ishant Sharma and Umesh Yadav. Of course, Ishant Sharma was injured when the IPL has started, but you know, Avesh Khan comes in and you know he's an uncapped player again like Harshal Patel, and you know you're seeing uncapped players are you know dominating the purple
Yeah.
cap. You know, top two positions are by uncapped Indian fast bowlers, and you know Avesh Khan has honestly been a real you know find for Delhi Cap. Of course, he's played in the past a couple of games. You know, he definitely has featured into the 11. But you know, Avesh Khan this particular season has been so impressive. And you mentioned about the important wicket of Bairstow. You know, Bairstow had just hit a six, and that
Yes.
over, if you remember, his first ball went for a boundary. Kane Williamson hit him for a four. Then he took a single. Then Bairstow hit him for a six. So you know that also you know उसके दिमाग में भी आता है कि यार मैं पिट रहा हूँ.
Like
And then
like
he comes
you
back
know what
and you know takes Bairstow out.
you know what the if you see the mid on and mid off were in the circle, and he deliberately bowled the fuller length ball because he knew that Bairstow will try to hit above the mid on fielder. So I think that was a 50-50 chance that he got the wicket. I mean, it could have been six as well, but yeah, fortune favors the brave.
Yes, definitely. You know these young people. You know their mindset is strong enough. You know, they have that. You know, they have such a strong character. They have that. You know, true winning attitude. And you know this is what you know helps them to you know showcase themselves at such a huge platform. And Avesh Khan definitely you know is a good contender for you know emerging player award. In my opinion, if you ask me, so you know, but in the end, today you know definitely you know SRH had a heartbreaking
Everyone,
loss,
everyone is emerging player in
and
DC.
definitely you know a good win for the Delhi Capitals and a heartbreaking loss for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. But in the end, I think you both will agree that today it was cricket who won. All the fans enjoyed, you know, even though Pradeep went out on the losing side. I am very sure that as a neutral, as when you look at from a neutral perspective, you definitely would have enjoyed this match way a lot. It was a good game in the end, but it was DC who came on top, and they have now come into the top two in the points table. So a beautiful game and great insights from both our analysts. Thank you, Parth, and thank you, Pradeep, for joining us. And thanks
thank
to
you,
all
Parth.
our viewers for joining us. Do tune in tomorrow for the 21st game of the IPL. But for now, we sign off. Thank you, guys. Thanks for joining us.